And I say larger, obviously it's all relative to the size of the bag because some just have enough space for like a card, but this actually has a good amount of room for the bag that it is and the size. Hey friends, welcome back. It's always good to join you here. Today we're talking about a really cute bag by Louis Vuitton. This is the Louis Vuitton Pallas bag. I think you're gonna really love this bag. I wanna share with you why I enjoy it and why I think you might want it in your collection. But if you're not yet subscribed, please take a moment and subscribe below. You subscribing means so much. I wanna be able to bring you more content, great videos, reviews, podcasts, and all of that good stuff. So if you're not subscribed, hit that button below, thumbs up this video if you enjoy, and let's get started in the review. All right, friends, so like I said, we're talking about this cute bag by Louis Vuitton. This is the Louis Vuitton Pallas bag, and there are some features on this that I absolutely love, and I'm so excited to dive in and share that with you. So this bag is really, really versatile, and that is my number one reason why I love this piece. But we're gonna talk about how it's versatile, what fits inside, the try-on, and all of that good stuff that you're not gonna wanna miss, so make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video, and I'm gonna share that with you as well. So jumping right into what this bag looks like and how it functions, we have this adorable chain that I absolutely love. It just makes it so dainty and sophisticated, but you can also remove the chain from the one side and add it to the other so that you have a little clutch, and you can use it that way if you want to have kind of as a grab and go. Maybe a more formal event you could use it for. It would be perfect for that if you wanted to wear it like that. But this little chain actually fits over your shoulder, which we don't see on some of the crossbodies, some of the clutches, that they don't have necessarily the removable chain, but also that it's long enough to go over your shoulder. So I absolutely love that feature on this because it makes it so much more dainty if you wanted to wear it for an evening out or a more formal event. You not only have it as a clutch to where you move it from one side to the other, but you also have that as a shoulder bag as well, which is really a great option. So the other thing we see on this bag is it actually has originally a vachetta crossbody strap. So this strap is not adjustable. However, I found that it actually fits really, really nice, and I love the length of where it fits on me, and even for others, the length of it is really, it's really complimentary and easy to use. So I will put the original strap that comes with it, the length of that, in the description below, as well as the measurements on the bag. As well as the measurements on the back for you guys. But it is fully removable, so something to keep in mind if you want to use a different strap, or if you wanted to not use the strap at all, that you can essentially add whichever one you prefer. So that is a great option that I love. But diving into the bag, we have a couple things I want to talk about today. So this bag is essentially kind of an open concept little clutch. However, it has such a sweet little pocket back here that I love, and it's not too tiny. So the pocket in the back, you could actually put some different things that I want to show you what I put back there. But I love that it gives a little separation for such a little bag that you still can have a little organization in there as well. So that's super awesome. The front, it does have a compartment, which in the what's in my bag, we're going to talk about the front compartment a little bit because for my phone, it does not fit in the front compartment. But I want to show you that because sometimes it's easier to say something and not quite see it and understand that. So I will actually post the measurements this as well because it does kind of go, this is one of those interesting things. The compartment is about the length, almost the length of the bag, which is a little deceiving when you think of putting your phone in, but we're gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna show you because it seems a little hard to understand without actually having that visual. So we will cover that as well. But what I wanted to share with you, my favorite part of this before we jump into the what's in my bag is that it's so versatile. We have the crossbody, we have the shoulder strap, we have the clutch option of it, but also one of my very favorite is if you just have the pouch and you add it to a larger tote. So when you add this to a larger tote, you essentially are getting a 2-for-1, right? You can put it in your larger tote and you can put your crossbody strap in if you want to keep it with you. And if you're traveling, then you have something easy to run into places or whatever you want to do. If you're out, sightseeing, you can take this with you and still have it in your larger bags to have all your essentials in there and then be able to remove it and take it out. And I love that. I do that so often if I'm traveling. It gives me an easy on-the-go bag so I don't have to take my entire tote with me. I can actually take my essentials and it's so good, and I'm so excited to share with you what fits in this because it is little but mighty. But before we jump into the what's in my bag, I wanted to share with you a couple other things. So we have the side where it's pleated. This is so cute. I love the detail it adds, and you have the little bit of color on either side, and this zipper where it has the name, you can see the Louis Vuitton on there, but also because we have to talk about where to find the date code and heat stamp. You have your heat stamp, which we'll try to get a close up of that with what's in my bag, but it's on that pocket right on the inside. And then for your date code, you have the inside pocket, and it's gonna be along the seam right in there. So it'd be along the pocket seam on the interior. But I'm curious if you guys have used one of these yet. If you are looking to add one to your collection, feel free to drop me a comment below. I think it is such a cute bag. It is one that I had actually been kind of eyeing for years. And I honestly, when I first saw it, thought it wouldn't hold the essentials. Like it kind of looked like, okay, maybe, you know, your phone, but other than that, is anything else gonna fit in there? And some bags, you just really honestly have to be able to see what's inside. And that's why I love sharing with you guys what fits inside, because the visual actually helps you understand if it's gonna work for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do the what's in my bag, see if it's something that would work for you guys. And we're gonna do a try on. And don't worry, we will do the crossbody strap with the try on as well, so you can check that out. So let's dive in. All right, so before we dive into the what's in my bag, I wanted to give you a close-up of where to find the heat stamp and date code, because sometimes that is a little tricky. So there actually is a heat stamp right here on the front, but I know that can be kind of hard to see. It's just imprinted on the bag, but that is one of the heat stamps that is on this piece. The other one we see on the interior, it's kind of like the heat stamp tag, and that is just on this back pocket compartment. So like I said, that this is a main pouch. Oh my goodness, main pouch. And then you have this larger pocket in the back. And I say larger, obviously it's all relative to the size of the bag, because some just have enough space for like a card, but this actually has a good amount of room for the bag that it is and the size. The other thing is your date code. So your date code is gonna be, you have that back pocket. It's gonna be off to one of the sides in that seam right there. If you can tell, we'll see if we can adjust it to the light. Maybe, possibly, but it's gonna be right in there. If you can see it, it's sewn on this side. So if you ever needed a third party to authenticate a bag for you, that's where that would be located. Yes, it can be very hard to see that. It would be, like I said, along the seam. So, I mean, on the outside, that's about where it would be on the inside of the bag. But the authentication should be able to help you with it, but you need to turn on the flash on your phone if you want to take a picture of that, probably, to be able to see it. So let's go ahead and dive in. I wanted to show you first about this front pocket, because this is the one that's a little interesting, right? It's kind of a good size, but it's still a little different. So I want to show you my phone with this, and my phone, it's a pixel fold, so it is thicker and a little bit shorter. So when it goes in, if I was to go, I could do up and down, and this is about where it would sit, right? You'd have a little bit sticking out. Technically it goes in, but then even sideways, if I go to turn it, this is what happens, and mine actually does fit in sideways. If I turn it to put it in, then it works, but I cannot just put it straight in, because there's just enough space to where it doesn't work. I do know somebody else who tried putting theirs in there. And I think it was a Pixel. I want to say one of the newer Pixel, like, are they XL size phones, whatever the bigger size is, and it didn't work to be able to turn it. So it really just depends on your phone and where it goes. I mean, you have probably, I'm trying to figure out for you guys here, on the end of the bag to here. So maybe deduct a couple inches for the phone on the front pocket. So if your phone is not a huge phone, like one of the extra large sizes, it may work in the front compartment, but otherwise it's probably not gonna fit in there. But that is such a great option, even for like your chapstick, lipstick. I'll show you how that fits in there too. Or your keys. The keys are a great option for that. So let's go ahead and pack the bag and then talk about kind of how that works. So even that front pouch, I have this, I absolutely love this. You guys know, this is my vintage, oh my goodness, early 80s pouch. And I absolutely love it so much. It does the same thing as my phone, because it's about the same size. So it fits in there really cute, and I love that. But this also would be something I would actually put in the bag. So we'll go ahead and put this in and just see how everything lines up today. And I'm not going to be maxing out the bag. This is honestly what I would be taking. With the exception of my sunglasses. I don't have those, but maybe I can put those in a video for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you want to see how sunglasses fit in there too. So some of the lip stuff, this is something that I might put in the front compartment if I'm not putting my phone up there. And then we'll go ahead and add the phone to the main compartment in case you're adding your phone there. And then a couple other little things, like I have powdered electrolytes that sometimes I take with me, and that would be like the back pocket, unless I get my thing stuck on the zipper. And then my keys. So my keys, you guys know I have a key fob and the key case. So that's something that I might stick in the front pocket or on the side. But honestly, one of the things I would do is probably have this here and then move my phone if I wanted to do that, or I would put it inside. So my wallet right now is really, really stuffed. And so I don't think all of these, we can try, see if all three go inside. I don't know if all three will actually go in the bag because the key fob is out. It's not in the pocket. Yeah, if I put it in the pocket, it'll probably go in with all of them. But otherwise you need, let's see. So the lips, what did we put in the front? Did we put the lip stuff in the front and the bag? We put it in the bag, didn't we? Okay, so that's what it's looking like with all of them in there, and it easily zipping shut and having that space. So we actually have kind of down here in this corner a little bit more room if we wanted to do something because of the side of the pouch. The other thing is I would probably want to adjust and put, if I did a smaller pouch in there, or I could put my cards in the back, the back compartment, or if I wanted to put them in there. And the other thing is if we take out our phone, let's see what this looks like. We're gonna reorganize this a couple different ways. Keys, and then the pouch, let's see. I'll have to grab that smaller pouch and show you what it looks like. And then Kleenex, we'll just toss those in. And this gives you a different layout too of kind of what that would look like with all of those in there and the lip stuff still in the front compartment, and how that lays out. So you can kind of switch it up. Like I said, my phone is really, really bulky now. For the one I'm using width-wise, it's really wide. But it gives you a nice option with the key pouch and all the other things. So I'm going to go ahead and actually show you what it looks like with the other wallet, the smaller one, in case you want to use a more compact fitting wallet and what that looks like inside. Okay, so we're gonna try another layout for you. I went ahead and decided let's just toss in the sunglasses and not even make another video. Maybe we'll make a short or something, I don't know. So sunglasses in, these are actually in a case, which I guess if you wanted them out of a case, you could do that. So that's how the case fits in there. It's just the regular Louis Vuitton case. My go-to compact wallet, this is a vintage one that I absolutely love. It's really, it can hold a lot. It can hold, oh my goodness, I don't remember how many cards I counted there before, over 10 plus cash. So it holds quite a bit. Obviously it's gonna be more bulky if you add more keys with that key fob. And then, whoop, let's see. That key fob has just been something else. Oh, we moved that down. Okay, let's see where we're going with this, because the key fob is being tricky. I wanted to stick it, there we go, down on the side, and it wasn't going. Okay, so that's what it would look like if you did all of those items in there. We also have the lip gloss and lip liner in the front, which makes it a little trickier to get to them because they fell down in the seam, and that's kind of what it would be going. I think it's getting stuck on the key fob thing that was at the bottom. Okay, so let's take those out. Say we don't take those, or we put them inside. So I wanted to share with you that this, how snug this can make this pocket. So if I have those things in here and not my phone in here, I'm not actually able to put it in and turn it because it does fill it up so full. You would really be stressing the bag, and we don't want to do that because we could see popping and cracking if we did that. So really, this looks like you have a couple options for what you want to put in there. I would say really your essentials. So if you have like your sunglasses case, you can kind of take that with you or set aside. But if you have your compact wallet, your lip colors, this would be my ideal fit. Put those in. I have my keys. All of this has so much room after we do that. Once we size down that wallet, do you see the change that it makes to have the compact wallet versus the larger one? And then we shut it, we have plenty of room. It's nice and squishy and have that slouch to it. And then I can go in and add my phone to the front compartment. Or if you have a larger phone, you could add it inside the bag and you have plenty of room for that. So let me know, what would you do with your phone? Would you put it in the front pouch, or would you just go ahead and put it in the bag? See, we're doing this one-handed, there we go. Would you put it in the bag with your other items? And have the room there and put your lip stuff up front, because you could totally move you can move it around, you know, make it your own, whatever works for you, and see how you like that. So let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear from you guys how you would organize this. What are your essentials? How do you lay them out? I always love hearing from you guys, so let me know. All right, friends, so let's go ahead and do the try on of the Louis Vuitton Pallas bag. This bag is a great multi-purpose bag, like I said. I am 5'5" for reference, and this is the original strap that comes with the bag. So I love the fit of this bag. I've noticed that even people that are a little bit taller or a little bit shorter, this bag actually does fit them pretty well. But again, you're gonna have different placement on it depending on body frame and whatnot, but the strap is removable. And I love that, especially with the treated leather. You can add a monogram strap and it's more, you know, weatherproof, but it is such a great size. And I love that you can actually kind of move it because it is smaller. You can feel like you can adjust it. You can wear it on your hip. You can pull it a little bit more forward. But I also wanted to share how the chain strap fits because this, guys, is a game changer. We don't normally see the chain strap go over the shoulder too often, and this one, the length is just perfect. So it can go over the shoulder, you can move it to a clutch, and it works out really well. So let's try this on and see what it looks like. This is perfect. I have a sweatshirt on, so it's kind of funny with the long sleeve, but it's perfect for an evening out or a more formal event too. Or if you just want to have kind of like a dainty little clutch, this is so perfect. And like I said, the essentials and everything fit in there so good. And you can also add, if you wanted to add a little bit of a charm to it, you could do that. So if you put it as a clutch, you have this cute little chain strap. I love the look of it, and you can kind of just go with that. But the little D-rings on the sides make it easy to add your own little charms, or if you want to add an additional chain, like a chain strap, you could do that too. But this is just such an adorable piece, and I absolutely love this chain strap on here. I think it makes it so feminine and cute, especially with that little front pocket. So let me know, have you guys used one? Are you looking to add one to your collection? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.